By the way, friend, I respect you as a reactor. By the way, friend, I respect you as a reactor. By the way, friend, I respect you as
Good morning.
as a reactor. This is all about clout.
Good morning, y'all.
By the way, friend, I respect you as a reactor.
Hey guys, good morning. Good morning. Hey everybody, how are you? What's going on? Hey everyone. Hey Dimples. Hi Amy. Hi Victoria. Hey Erica. Good morning. I want to talk to you guys about these little bad kids first, and then we're gonna get over there. This is I think this is a magnet school. Y'all, we got to talk about this because this is a mess. This is certified a mess. I mean, I know sometimes I say, girl, this is a mess. I'm not joking this time. I am not joking. And this really needs to be talked about. What am I doing? Oh, okay. Okay. Let me click the button. I'm not even going to talk about it. I'm just going to share. I'm just going to share because I care. Some of y'all, not you guys here, but there are some people out here with some badass kids. And baby, if this is resonating with you, you don't have to write me in. You don't have just thank me later. These are some bad kids, okay? I don't know what was going on, but hold on. 5th grade girls arrested on alleged murder plot. Can we talk about this real quick? I felt like because I do so much mommy content and I am a mom and I'm a girl mom, you know what I'm saying? Like, girl, seriously, this is bad. 5th grade murder plot. Police say the girls plan to kill a boy and make it look like ooh-eyed. Okay. Hello?
Whether you're
Hold on
craving
a
a bite
second.
or need a last minute gift,
Give it a second for the advert to pass. Baby, a mess. These badass kids. Okay, hold up. These little bad baby. I was like, you gotta be kidding. And maybe this is now just coming out because the school year's over, I would imagine, but okay. Why can't I make this bigger? Okay, we're not gonna try too much.
Just end him. That was the goal of a group of 10 and 11-year-old girls who surprised police say wanted to kill a boy at school. The motive? He's accused of cheating on one of them. So
Cheating?
he wants him dead. The murder plot was simple.
Can we talk about cheating in the 5th grade? What? Look, it's really sad because if a 5th grader is worried about a relationship, their mom is probably, or dad, somebody is way too worried about relationships. These kids are worried about the wrong things. So, murder plot because somebody was cheating. Okay, let's.
According to the police report, 4 5th grade students at Legacy Traditional School's West Surprise campus planned to lure a classmate to the charter school's outside bathroom and stab him in the stomach. And each girl had a role to play to get away with it. One would bring the knife, another would forge a suicide note to make it seem like he took his own life, and someone would act as a lookout while the other carried out the stabbing. And to avoid fingerprints on the murder weapon, they would wear gloves. Documents say the friends came up with the plan during lunch and recess on October 1st. Legacy administrators worked with the school resource officer to investigate when students who overheard the plot came forward. The next day, their backpacks were searched and the suspects were individually questioned with their parents present. All 4 children were then arrested for threatening and disorderly conduct misdemeanor charges.
Do you imagine your 10-year-old or 11-year-old being arrested for threatening and disorderly conduct? But and that's very nice because it's giving murder plot. What if they would have really given them the real, like if 4 women were sitting at Starbucks doing that, that would be on some conspiracy to commit murder. That would be far more serious. And you've got some 10 and 11-year-olds plotting and planning.
The police report says 3 of the students showed remorse, but the 4th would smile and laugh.
Girl, that's the bad seed right there. The one sitting there smiling.
The police report says 3 of the students showed remorse, but the 4th would smile and laugh while making excuses for their actions.
Maybe a mess. Okay. Girl, a whole entire mess. Okay. Just put that in your back pocket. Okay. Just put that in your back pocket. I actually am trying to get a copy of the police report because I was like, I gotta read the whole police report. I cannot with these kids. This is a mess. This is a whole mess. This is something that needs to, like, people really, I'm glad they put this out. And this happened in October 24, so beginning of last school year. So they probably wanted to wait till after school was out to put this information out. And if all these kids are in 5th grade, more than likely, if it's a K through 5, then they're going to go to middle school. And hopefully these kids have gotten some therapy and understand some ways to better manage their expectations. Also, these girls, I'm going to just say from a mom's point of view, these kids need to be fucking busy. These kids are worried about, I'm sorry, I don't promote, even I have a rising freshman. I don't promote boyfriend, girlfriend relationships type thing. I'm not encouraging my daughter towards girlfriend situation, trying to look for a boyfriend, trying to make her, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't promote that at all. If she has a guy friend, it better just be a friend. We're not entertaining boyfriends. You don't have time for that between sports and this, that, and the third, and school and getting grades and planning your future. It's okay to have friends, but in terms of trying to be in relationships, I'm not promoting that. I'm not. I don't want my daughter worried about trying to be a girlfriend to anybody. And the burdens of relationships and things like that, it's just too much. It's too much. Enjoy your life. You got a whole lifetime to be in relationships. Relationships take time, energy, and too much damn work. When you're a grown person and have all the time in the world to be worried about what someone's doing and how people are feeling, it's really sad. It's very, very, very sad. I know that everybody wants love and they want a special type of love. They want to feel special outside of their family. You want that special someone to give you, you know, uh, you know, what is a relationship, girl? You want that special kind of love to make you feel special. I don't know. Like, as a kid, I can't even remember what I thought a relationship was going to do for me. But as a grown person, baby, is save your time and energy, enjoy your friends, enjoy being a friend. I don't think there's anything wrong with kids having someone they think is special, but all of that extra stuff that comes with it, the responsibility, the chaos, the you cheated, save that. I'm sorry, I'm not going to be the one. I'm not, like, it's ridiculous to me. It's absolutely ridiculous. And to have kids feeling that type of way to where they are plotting and planning and thinking that it's a recourse, that this is a good idea. And also, I'm glad they were stupid to talk about it in the schoolyard. And thank God there was some kids sitting there hearing and went and turned them in, because they saved a life. Because if those girls had been successful, it could have been, remember the Slender Man thing, okay? They could have been successful, and somebody is planning a funeral for their son. You know what I'm saying? That's bad. So thank God there was other kids who did the right thing, heard and reported, because that's exactly what they needed to do. Almost like a fire drill. You hear something stupid like that, you absolutely do the right thing and run it to the teacher, because that's another friend. Okay. Anyway, enough of that, but I just wanted to bubble that up because I feel like, my God, these kids are going banana. These kids are really fucking crazy. Kids across the board are extremely entitled, spoiled, doing way too much at their little ages, and have a whole entire lifetime to experience adult things. And the fact that 10 and 11 and 12-year-olds are concerned about cheating. Also, I think, us as parents, it's our responsibility to communicate messages around expectations of relationships and what cheating really is and what it's not, and that cheating really doesn't exist at your age. Like, y'all, come on now. Stop it. That's why we need to encourage girls to not even entertain like commitments at this age. It's ridiculous. No kid should be entertaining, boys either, should be entertaining commitments. Not to say you're footloose and fancy free and promising things to this one and that one. Just have fun. Just play video games, go to dances, take walks. Don't lie to people. That's the most important thing, I think, across the board from 0 to 100. Be honest. Don't lie. I think honesty and truthfulness goes a long way. And clearly our little people are feeling that too. They want the truth, and they want to know what's up. But I feel so bad that kids right now are so relationship focused and not even thinking about their future. These are 4 little girls who are going straight to jail. They are planning a career straight to jail. They're sitting over there at the good magnet charter school, plotting and planning straight to jail. It's sad. It's very sad and pathetic. These kids need counseling and focus and development bad. It's awful. That's all I got to say on that. Anyway, Jesus, more answers to question. Oh, I meant to say questions. More answers to questions we did not ask. Okay. Girl, we didn't ask these questions, but we getting ready to get another talkie sit down video. So let's get into it, because this video is kind of long. I don't know if we're gonna make it all the way. More than likely we're gonna speed it up and see. Girl, what is this lady? What is she talking about? Girl, she said, what is the title of this video? Medical results are back. Isn't that all your business? Why does she think we want to know her business? Oh, okay. Somehow this woman thinks that everybody wants to know her business, and then she's going to run it to us. Okay. So we're going to let's let her just run us the business, because, okay. Good morning, everybody. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day so far. Y'all, we are making it right through can you believe it's Thursday? Tuesday, I was like, is it Wednesday? And now that it's Thursday, I'm like, oh my God, it's going so fast. Oh my goodness. It's going super duper fast. Anyway, okay, let's get into it. Good morning, everybody. Say hi to a friend. 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 Let me say pure intentions. Good morning, boo boo. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, cinnamon. Exactly, me either. My oldest is going to college. Relationships are just an emotional girl. When I think of how I got my heart broken, but not in the 80s. You know what I'm saying? I was born 1970. So yes, it was the 80s because I was probably, I don't know, 15, 16. So I was like 85, 86, whatever. So I'm in the 80s and in the 90s how I got my heart broken in the 90s, girl. How I should have stayed in my books in my late teens and 20s. But you know, everything has a reason, everything has a purpose, okay? My path brought me right here to you guys this morning in this house with my husband, with my daughter. Everything happened the way it was supposed to. So beautiful, right? Like I tell my daughter, I did certain things, I experienced certain things, so you don't have to. Period. You know what I'm saying? I'm here to tell you. I'm a witness, okay? I was outside, okay? Mommy was outside. Okay, mommy can tell you everything you want to know. Trust me. Okay? Trust me. Mommy and daddy can tell it all to you. You don't have to experience a thing. Okay? Girl, you got all the knowledge right here up under this roof. Okay? And you don't have to share us with anybody. You got us all to yourself. Aren't you lucky? I had to split my parents with 4 other people. And so did my husband. He's one of 5 also. She gets us all to herself, right? Girl. Anyway, that kind of struck me because 5th grade, they're getting ready to go to middle school. 5th grade, you are coming into your puberty. Some of these girls are already experiencing a cycle. And to think that this is part of their thought process, at least one is the mastermind. And then you got 3 flunkies stuck on stupid and listening to someone influence them. They may have all been of similar mindset. But do you imagine at 10 and 11 years old, this is the mindset? It's like the movie Mean Girls. Do you guys remember Mean Girls? Or what was the other movie, Jawbreaker? I mean, I don't look. All of these thrill kill, scary ass movies. Oh, look at Walgreens is calling me. Hold on a second, guys. Girl, Lambo's chill pills already. Okay. Um no, someone had to think that movies like Jawbreaker, got Cruel Intentions. We watched a lot of these movies. People had to think that these movies were going to come back to bite us. Okay? People had to think that these out when I was a teenager or maybe a little older than a teenager, my young 20s with the John Hughes movies of like Molly Ringwald and when I was a kid and Fast Times at Ridgemont High, all those movies, but that Scream wasn't going to come back, Jawbreaker wasn't going to come back, Mean Girls wasn't going to come back, Cruel Intentions wasn't going to come back. All these movies where you got very adult, you know what I'm saying? Like movies that were geared towards kids, but definitely involved in activities. I don't promote any of these movies. I would, maybe when my daughter's in her 20s and I'm just like, let's watch these movies because they were so much fun and I enjoyed these movies. It's becoming all too real that maybe kids don't know how to separate the reality from the drama and the of the movies and some of these plots and things. It's just too much. There's too much out here, and these kids are thinking that some of these things are actually like things that you do. And these are just movies. This is fantasy, right? This is not how we have to play things out. Anyway, enough on that. Like I was in a whole ending of Mean Girls realizing that it's not that serious. Like where all the people. What was the other movie? John, the guy who had all the girls. John so and so must die. What was his name? What was that movie? I forgot what that movie was. Oh, John Tucker. Girl, these damn movies, I'm telling you. John Tucker. Mm-hmm. Anywho, let's go. I digress.
I probably have a new video because I had. Hey y'all.
We watched the Bachelorette video from Arizona. No, I didn't feel like it. If you guys really want us to see the Bachelorette video, we'll watch it one day next week. But you know what I'm saying? Like, girl.
I'm home. I probably have a new video because I had so much footage of the Bachelorette trip. So this is gonna have to be another clip. So y'all gonna have to just see this video's been started off in my bonnet. But today is Father's Day and I wanted to.
I didn't really see Breakfast Club as a bad movie. I mean, really and truly, it was more of a little bit of a deterrent. Those are, what was it, 5 kids all in detention on a Saturday, all talking about their problems. Breakfast Club was I felt like Breakfast Club was a good movie. That's a movie I would let my daughter watch between now and whenever she decides to, you know what I'm saying? Like teen years. Jawbreaker, I will not recommend. I just won't. I don't want to put those ideas and thoughts into her head. If she finds it organically, then we just talk about it. I'm not going to really censor too much. But some of those movies, I think, are the subject matter for some of these kids today, the way the culture is. I think it's very confusing. And they think that some of these strategies that some of these kids in the movies are using are actually realistic and are plausible and right-minded, and they're just not. They're fucking crazy. They're crazy for a movie and they're crazy for real life, and they're gonna send you to jail. Okay. I think some kids get it and some kids don't. So I feel like if you're just now coming in, the kids that we just talked about at the beginning of the video, are in trouble, and these kids need some reprogramming, because at 10 and 11 years old, to think that this was something to even, that this was a thought, is crazy. These kids need immediate reprogramming. Okay. Very bad. I just don't think that the kids of today can handle what we handled 20 years ago or 30 years ago, however many years ago. Girl, lots of years ago. Okay. Heather's, some of the more on the edge. I just think that when we were kids, we watched movies and we knew it was a movie. Some of these kids are watching movies and Netflix and Hulu, and they don't know if these are the kids down the street, because everybody's on a screen. You see what I'm saying? I think kids got it fucked up because everybody's on a screen now. Everybody's on TV. You could be on Facebook, you're on TV. You're on Snapchat, They got you running in the living room. Everybody's on TV. It doesn't mean everybody's making money. I'm just saying everybody's on TV. I don't think these kids know the difference between something that's on Facebook, something on Instagram, something on Snapchat, something on Hulu, something on Zeus, and something that's a major motion picture. They just know that we're going to the movie theater, but they don't know the difference. So for kids to sit and think that this was a good idea, they've had to have seen it somewhere and thought that it was a good idea to transpose that into their real life. I feel like if you're middle age, if you're in your, at least if you're in your 30s at this point, we grew up at a time that we knew the movies and things like that was a movie. There are things that happened in real life that became movies, but we know it's like a fantasy. It's like reading a Disney book. It's fantasy fiction. These kids today, I don't know if they know the difference and don't think that taking these ideas into real life is not a good idea. It's weird. I don't think that these 4 kids are probably murderers, but they could have been. It seemed like they were on the road to it. And that's crazy. It looks like they go to a nice little school and their parents are investing time and putting them in a good place. And then look what kind of, do you imagine as a parent getting that type of phone call that you need to come to the school and you sit down and listen to the administrators talk to you? And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you're just now coming in, slide the bar back when, either slide it back now or slide it back later. And you hear from the administrator what the hell they were up to, I would die. I literally would just be like, oh my God.
Formally give you guys, because I did plan on having a Father's Day vlog, but unfortunately, due to my flight being pushed back and delayed,
Okay, so you didn't do a Father's Day vlog? Interesting. Girl, baby, let's get on topic, okay? So no Father's Day vlog. Interesting. Hold on a second. Let me find the appropriate
Daddy a fool. That's my plate. Daddy a fool. Daddy a fool. Daddy a fool.
No Father's Day vlog. What does that mean? Miss 25 Gifts didn't do a Father's Day vlog? What? 25 Gifts? My baby daddy did not do a Father's Day vlog? Okay, well, baby.
I did not have a Father's Day vlog, but it's okay, because that does not mean that I cannot formally give a very happy Father's Day to my fiance. And I felt so bad, you guys, because yesterday he had texted me while I was out of town and was like, hey, I was like, what you gonna be doing with the kids today? And he was like, I think I'm gonna take them to Whitewaters. And I was like, no, please don't take them to Whitewaters. Just wait until tomorrow when I come back. And I was like, you already know last time we went, like, it's just better to have 2 eyes and not just one. Even though I know, and I was like, I told him, like, I know he's fully capable, which I know he's fully capable, but water just makes me so fucking nervous in general, you guys. And then of course I wanted to be with them, and so he had.
Is there a reason, like, who feels the need to tell their husband, baby father, whomever, I know you're fully capable? How about just say, I would rather you not. I am a helicopter ass mama. I'm of the helicopter variety. I don't feel comfortable. Please don't take the kids to the water park. It just sounds so stupid when you try to dress up a lie. Okay. At the end of the day, just say, I don't want you taking the kids without me, because you know our kids are off the chain, or however whatever needs to be said needs to be said. But dressing it up with, I know you're capable, baby, what? That is so like condescending and placating. Just say, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, no. I would rather not. I don't think look, you know, 3 is off the chain. If you just had the twins or just had the little one, fine. But all 3, I would rather be there. So how about just don't do it? You know what I mean? I feel like, I don't know, maybe because I've reached a certain point in my life, I don't have time to dress anything up. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say what I mean, but I'm not going to say it mean, of course, but I'm going to just be honest. Trying to dress up something, like, it's okay to say you don't feel comfortable doing something, right? Girl.
Agreed to wait until today. And then last night while I'm at dinner, we got the text about our flight being canceled and all the other stuff that y'all probably saw in the Bachelorette video.
Nobody cares.
And yeah, I felt so bad because I initially planned on being back here at 12. So I had to break the news to him that I was going to be back. And then it was just so much. And he had already made arrangements and invited a lot of people and their kids to Whitewater. So it would be this big thing. So yeah, he had to cancel that. But I was like, well, if you go, I know you said you want to get a pool for the kids. So maybe we can just invite people over and then we can like cook or something and we can go get a pool. And he was like, okay, babe.
You're going to invite people over to that ratchet backyard? You're going to invite people over to the chickens, the goats. What else they got back there? Snakes? What they got? I'm sure they got snakes. The chickens, the goats, the coyotes, the German shepherd. What else? A cat. The cat, the dog, the chickens, the goats. You're going to get a nice little blow up pool for that Fugazi backyard. Okay.
Hey, well, you know, just focus on the rest of your trip. Don't worry about it. Whatever. So I'm
Girl,
thinking, like, okay, we'll probably, I don't know. I was
smell.
thinking we'll figure it out when I got back home. But then my flight got delayed by another hour. So initially I was supposed to arrive at 4, then it got pushed back. And I was going to arrive at 5.
Raphael, get back
I
into
pulled
your
up and it was all the cars in the driveway. And I'm like, who are all these people? And I saw my mom and she was like, oh, Jeremy had called me and asked me to make some macaroni for him because he's cooking out. He invited us to stay. But my mom's husband had asked for like a seafood bowl. So she was like, I'm doing that for him, but I still make macaroni for Jeremy. And I just want to drop it off real quick, blah, blah, blah. And the kids were all outside playing with their bikes. And then he invited, of course, my mother-in-law, his twin, my niece, and what is it, a niece-in-law? I'm just going to say my niece. And some
when you get married, it might be a niece-in-law, but you're not married yet. Okay.
His friends with their kids. And I literally could have cried because I just felt so bad. And I know it didn't really, you know, make him no never mind or anything like that. But I had been meaning to help him clean downstairs in our bottom patio area. It was some stuff I've been meaning to clean off for the longest time. And I noticed like he really cleaned everything. And so it's so funny. As soon as I pulled up, I'm talking to my mom in the driveway and I happened to look over at like our grass and I was like, I said, because I already knew what I was getting paid for his Father's Day gift, which is actually going to be something done for the house. So he wasn't going to get it today because it's going to be something getting done for the house. I already had talked to my contractor and scheduled for him to come out here and do it. And but then I was like, well, damn, he didn't did all this stuff and all this stuff happened. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna run to Home Depot real quick and go get a lawnmower because I know he's trying to increase his business. Y'all know he's doing his pressure washing and he's been doing like landscaping, but he needs more equipment. Remember, I think I told y'all about this. If not, I'll probably edit it out. But anyways, y'all know he did his pressure washing and did landscaping, and he almost had like a bigger paid job with landscaping stuff, but he didn't have the right tool. And I remember like putting that in the back of my head because he said he was going to buy it, but I don't recall seeing him buy it. So when I saw the grass, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go bring all my stuff. Well, he brought my stuff in the house, but I was like, I'm going to go tell everybody, hey, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to go right to the to Home Depot real quick and buy him a lawnmower so he can at least have a physical gift today. Y'all, I ran to the back because I was like.
So you guys, tell me if I'm wrong. Father's Day happens every year, right? Father's Day happens every year. Pure Intentions. Does Father's Day happen every single year? Oh, the bail money. That was the gift. Okay. Yes. Doesn't Father's Day happen every year? Just like birthdays, anniversaries, things of that nature. Do they not happen every single year? So when a particular person was taking their behind out of town, a gift couldn't have been purchased like a couple of weeks, a month, whatever in advance, knowing that Father's Day, it happens every June, right? Pure Intentions. Thank you. I didn't know if I was tripping. That's like the people who aren't ready for birthdays and Christmas and all that kind of stuff. Just say I didn't have the money. Just say pockets on flat. I had pockets on flat. My pockets was on
home right now because of him. A lot of my credit repair customers because of him.
Okay.
I told him I was about to head out. Literally, as I'm talking, I'm like, babe, so the grass looks so bad. I was like, you really should get a lawnmower.
Hey babe, the grass looks like. Hey babe, the yard looks like shit.
Why did I look down and this Negro and bought a freaking lawnmower, y'all, today?
That's what you get for waiting. Let me tell you something. I know it's not your husband, but at the end of the day, you know what a man wants? He wants a riding lawnmower. Okay, that's the luxury piece, okay? Okay? I don't want a car for my birthday. I want a ride. I want something for mommy with a ribbon on it. I don't want no car. I don't need I don't want a car. If I see a car with a bow on it, baby, it better be something exotic, something very fast when I put my foot on the pedal. Men don't want a average lawnmower. They want a rider. They want a riding lawnmower. They want a zero turn. They want a piece of they want something that's going to be at least four figures. They don't want a damn $150, $200. No, girl, they want one of those things with a seat. Okay. Are you kidding me? I know she didn't buy him a push lawnmower and you guys are sitting on pastels on acres. What kind of sense does that make? Y'all on pastel acres and y'all sitting up there with a little push. That thing will be burned out by next year. And he's doing landscaping. Deep pockets, ma'am with them deep pockets should have bought him a zero turn or a pickup truck with a trailer to put that zero turn since he's doing landscaping, pressure washing. Oh, I know she didn't buy some little old push lawnmower. Girl, she bought a little push lawn on acres. Push mower on acres. Okay.
Like, what the hell? What the hell? Then I knew the other thing that he had been planning on getting was a grill, and I turned around because his friend was on the grill, and I was like, "Oh, is this your grill, Willow?" And he was like, "No." And then Jeremy's like, "Oh yeah, I bought that today too." I'm like, "What the world?" And I was like, I had told him, I was like, "Babe, I'm gonna give you the money back for it." Like,
girl, let me tell you something. Yeah, that's a job you can do yourself. You know what I'm saying?
how much it costs. And he was like, "No, babe, don't worry about it." And I'm just like, I don't know. Then he moved the chicken coop all the way over there. So tomorrow I'm actually helping him get some footage with some of the landscaping and stuff like that to help him promote that for his business. And I'm probably going to still go and get some more gadgets because I know with landscaping, there'll be a lot of gadgets that be going on with that. I think. I don't know. I think I'm going to just try to get it out of him some kind of way. But he was super excited about.
So basically the moral of the story is Keesha went, hold on. Keesha was out and about with her tatas out. And she didn't handle business at home and did not give her man a Father's Day gift. Interesting. Oh. So you were out and about, having a good time, and did not handle the business at home. Hold on a second. Let's see. Was there a reason why they went to Arizona? Do you guys even know? I was lost. I recognized the faces. I've seen these people before, but I was so like, and next thing I knew the video was over. So it was like, let me see. Hold on a second. Let me show you. We hadn't watched this video, but I wasn't really interested. It looked like a boring trip to me. It was giving boring, so I wasn't really interested in it. And I was like, why are they in Arizona? What's going on they were cooking. Last thing I want to do, and I know, look, girl, everybody doesn't want to go out to dinner all the time, but I was like, I don't know. I guess I know people who do Airbnbs, they cook. When people go out of town, don't you want to go eat? Don't you want to go eat at the restaurants? Like find all the great restaurants and go to them since you're out. It's a bachelorette weekend. I don't know. They were cooking. It just was giving, they could have just done that in Atlanta. So anyway, I guess we'll see. Anywho, let's pivot back and try to get through this story, as much of it as we can.
What I had already initially planned to do for his Father's Day gift, and then I saw like the kids had all made him little cards and stuff. I saw was laying on.
Oh my God! Did you see the picture?
And then I saw like the kids had all made him little.
I love you. Is it Pop? Why does one of the, is that supposed to be Keesha? It looks like one of them. It looks like a black eye, doesn't it? Arizona is big for spa resorts, but did they go to a spa? So if they went to one, it would make more sense. But yeah, girl, look, the hairstyle makes me think Keesha. Okay. Then it looks like one arm on the hip and then one arm on the hip and one arm coming out of the hip. And then the hair is definitely giving Keesha. I don't know about that black eye though. Did you see the black eye design? I am not mad at those pictures, okay? And then look, August, I guess August wrote something, okay? So he had the kids. He had all his churn for Father's Day. Look at Splash. Look at God.
Cards and stuff I saw was laying on.
Look at God making a way out of no way. Ran Keesha right out of town so he could have a peaceful Father's Day in the name of Jesus.
The day when I came in here, and then I was talking to him because we was talking about like our plans. Like we talked a lot about that, and I just love him so much. He's just like,
yeah, I know it was Ariel, but I don't know what she is to them girls. It was Ariel's bachelorette. So if Ariel is the girl's godmother, then that's what it was.
He was just talking to me about some stuff, and I just felt so happy. And I ended up telling him like how Jaya needs a private because she got her back in spring, but I was like, she needs a private because she needs some more work for some of her tumbling stuff. And he's like, well, how much are privates? And I was like, oh, they're like $100 a private. And y'all, he gave me $100. I was like, this is your Father's Day. Like, he's just like, babe, like you about to be my wife, and I want you to really feel like every bit of like having me take care of you, like in every way possible. Like, and he's like, I can't wait to spend the rest of my life with you. And I'm just like, I've in the past have been the type of person where like, I don't know how to accept gifts, or I don't know how to accept people doing for me or taking care of me. Like I've had those alpha mannerisms. for a very long time. And I don't know what parts of that I need to heal that with my therapist, but like subconsciously I was like, because I was like, let me go do the most tomorrow. But I really think he would appreciate me just being grateful for him doing these things for me, because he genuinely does not care for me to give him a gift or care for me to go and pay him back or spend twice as much as he spent or do twice as much as he did. Like, so I'm trying to just accept it. And I was like, I gotta come on here, y'all, and just tell y'all. So the big thing that I can do, of course, is help him organize his business. He already has his new clothing that is about to be launched as well. So I'm super excited with them. I'm helping with his marketing for that. And then of course this business, he loves it. He's been getting so much business. He's gotten so many referrals. And like God is so good. Like all of a sudden I just have been getting a lot of messages from realtors, like realtor groups and stuff that I'm a part of. Like, hey, does anybody have somebody who needs to do this? Or hey, does anybody have somebody who knows how to do that as far as like landscaping and stuff like that?
Remember when Phaedra was always trying to find something for Apollo to do? I bet you Phaedra wouldn't do anything now. I'm sure Phaedra learned her lesson with Apollo, right? She tried so hard to get Apollo to do right.
That, so I'm able to, be able to help him with that and just turn this into an empire. And I just can't wait to see this for him. And yeah, y'all. So I hope y'all had a great Father's Day. I did talk to my dad as well. And I talked to my brother. Of course, I talked to my mom's husband. And everybody had a great Father's Day today. So I hope y'all enjoyed y'all's Father's Day. Tomorrow is back to the grind. I have some closings this week. I have like a new under contract. I have some more clients. For the $1 fundraiser. So I booked a collab with, shall I tell y'all? Yes, I'm gonna tell y'all, with Wayfair. And they are paying me not what I wanted. However, we did negotiate and they were willing to gift. They told me they will allow me to choose somebody to win a Wayfair gift card. I don't know the amount yet. Of course, it's not going to be like, no, $20, because what can you do at Wayfair with that? But they are willing to do a gift card for that. So I think tomorrow we're going to confirm, because I did see them DM me. I need to see what that amount was that maybe they did already see it. I just was not opening up my messages. Oh my gosh, they want to do oh my gosh, this is nice. Okay, that's really nice. I don't know what the amount is, but I just wanted to let y'all know what the next $1 fundraiser gift is.
The lie detector determined that was a lie. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Was there, even Rose from Queen of Kings made that big dude, the Viking, made him a big brontosaurus leg. Rose got a leg off of some sort of animal, red meat animal, and seared it in a very small pan on the stove and gave that man a meal with some homemade mashed potatoes and some asparagus. Did the man even get a special meal? Did he get anything? Girl. Wayfair in the DMs. Okay. Girl.
The lie detector determined that was a lie. The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Okay.
As always, this is completely optional. No one is mandated. No one is obligated to participate in any fundraisers and anything on my platform. I am doing a $1 fundraiser to raise cheer funds for the girls' cheer season this year. And I'm doing many different fundraisers, but the one that I offer for you guys are the $1 fundraiser, because I just take the extra prizes and gifts. As a matter of fact, I do have like 3 packages here. I need to open them because I think another giveaway gift is here, because another company was sending me some stuff and I was like, I don't really need it, but I accepted it because I was like, I'm just gonna give it to y'all. And then I looked at my email while I was on a plane and I had like 3 or 4 really nice offer.
Why not just do the raffle? Like, why does she keep continuing to sell? We all know about it. And I don't think for anyone who doesn't know about it, she's giving enough information for someone to feel like, oh, you know what? Let me send her $1 because I want some of them prizes. If why, you know what I'm saying? Don't talk about it, be about it, right?
But they didn't want to pay. They just like, well, they were doing like a gifting thing, but I had to write them back because sometimes when they do a gift, if you accept the gift,
I wanted a
sometimes they
English
have it where
muffin
they
so
want
bad.
you to like at least tag them or show the product or whatever. So I'm just trying to figure out.
Did you guys hear that Ashanti and Nelly are on Peacock with a reality show? I knew something was going on. I knew something was up. I have not caught it yet. Has anyone caught it yet?
How they want, or some people, depending on if it's like a really high gift that they're giving for free, they want you to like make a post. But I'm like, that's kind of like an unpaid collab at this point. So I'm still working those things out, but they were all beauty related. Most of those were all beauty related. But yes. So the last giveaway winner was the bed. She has chosen her bed. The company has mailed her bed. And all prizes are sent from the company unless I tell you guys otherwise, most of the company. So the gift card, I'm pretty sure they're going to be the ones to give you guys the gift card. If you guys would like to enter now, they just gave me a timeline to complete the sponsorship with them. I'm just super grateful about it. So I'm going to work on getting that completed by Friday. And of course, once I post it, you guys will see the giveaway part, and then it's going to be for you guys who have participated in the $1 fundraiser. And I'm going to just randomly choose a number or have somebody else randomly tell me a number and do it that way. I appreciate you guys so very much. And also, make sure you give your dad a hug before I move on to the rest of this vlog. Make sure you give your dad a hug and love on your dads. Love on your loved ones because you
come on now.
Just never know. Don't take anything for granted. Life is very precious. Life is too short to not value the people that matter. And like I said, I just wanted to make sure I came on here and gave Babe his kudos because he held it down, baby, while I was gone. I was looking at them cameras and, all I saw was the kids having a
Girl, she was watching him on the cameras. Oh my God.
The few times they FaceTime me, I try not to overdo it because I know how I can. And I was really just I had a great time on that bachelorette trip. Like literally, I had a great time. Like I wish I could go back again. I love Arizona.
Hey guys, good morning. I am leaving my appointment with great news. Y'all the first ones to hear it, but y'all won't be the first ones to hear it because this vlog will come out, I don't know when. But I'm leaving my dermatologist appointment. I told you guys, I don't know if it was in this vlog or another, I think it was another vlog. I briefly spoke about it, that I had to come to the dermatologist to follow up on something important and also look at my scalp to make sure everything was going okay. So I just left my appointment and my scalp results were fine. So it wasn't nothing crazy. And there was a lot of new follicle growth, y'all. Looking crazy because I had to take my wig off and everything and, go over everything. But there was no craziness that came back within like the whatever they did. So that's really good. I will be giving you guys a follow-up of that spot whenever I go and get my hair washed and treated again, because I want to make sure it's maintaining the moisture. I have been trying something, and like I told you guys, I wanted to make sure that it was working before I shared it. And even if it didn't work or I didn't notice great results or whatever, then I would still just tell you guys I didn't and then go on to another option. But I'm happy that it came back great. And last but not least, you guys, I'm super excited because I am cancer free. So I had to actually come up here as an emergency appointment because I was at another appointment last month and they asked me about my mole that you guys have probably seen on my hand forever. And if you guys like, let me say this in a different way. A few non-supporters actually used to try to terrorize me and message me like, oh, you need to look into this and this is that and this is that.
A few of her non-supporters? What?
Let me say this in a different way. A few non-supporters actually.
A few non-supporters? A few non-supporters? Is she trying to say non-supporters?
Used to try to terrorize me and message me like, oh, you need to look into this and this is that and this is that, but my God is good and I never.
So non-supporters told you to look into what you went to the dermatologist to look at and report as cancer free. So people who, I don't know. That's why I always say leave these people alone. Like for me, it's reactions, reviews, and commentary. You know what I'm saying? If she doesn't care about a mole, you think I do? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not trying to be heartless, but some stuff is just not my business. And it's not my business to check her moles. You know what I'm saying? Um, Maybe people actually do care. And for whatever reason, they thought it was a good idea to reach out to this person. Girl, think again.
I always canceled all of those ill, even though it was like, oh, you're looking at, I knew what the intention behind that was. Like, y'all, are they?
What's the intention behind? Okay, because you have like a black mark on your finger. People telling you, so you felt some type of way about people pointing it out or something?
They probably wanted something to be there or wanted something to be wrong with me because it wasn't like sent or said from a place of love. Like,
you see how people are crazy? You see how cuckoo crazy?
Like you all know, like when
The cray
things are said
cray?
or sent in a place of love, and it was not that at all.
Hi, it's with love and affection that you need to check that mole on your finger because respectfully, graciously, and with the most high, that could be cancer, sis. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm just trying to alert, okay? Girl, I never knew what I thought it was like a blood blister or something. I didn't know what that was on her finger.
But needless to say, I was at another appointment last month and the doctor saw my
Messy.
thumb and she had questioned me about it. And then she told me that she had a similar spot before and it turned out to be precancerous. So she wanted me to immediately schedule an appointment. And I'm like, look, I didn't have this mole on my hand forever. And
So the doctor tells you, let's take a look at it. Let's biopsy it because I've seen this before and it was precancer. And she responds with, I've had this on my finger for so long. What are you talking about? It's fine.
I had talked to my sister about it before. I also have.
Your sister is a oncologist. Your sister is a medical doctor. I know her sister is a nurse. And God bless all the nurses. My mother was a registered nurse. Do not comment anything to me. I'm just saying, is your sister a doctor? Is your sister a nurse practitioner? Is your sister a PA? Is your sister able? Nurses, as far as I know, cannot diagnose. Right? Is your sister supposed to be doing diagnostics on your finger? Is your sister supposed to even be treating you as a close family member?
Track the mole growth over the years. I actually have a folder in my phone to see. And, I just feel as though like the number one cause of spread for me personally, because there's different reasons why moles change over the years. One is aging. Two is excessive sun damage or, being under direct sunlight. And for me, y'all already know I had developed a severe sensitivity to my nails being done and all that. And, so I just know like being under UV since I was in 8th grade, getting my nails done every 2 to 3 weeks since 8th grade with no breaks at all, ever. It possibly had something to do with it. And then also pregnancy. So those different things and life changes can create changes within your moles, but it never was problematic. It did just grow over the years. And from me being a child, it wasn't like tiny, but it was not that big. As y'all can see right now, y'all don't see the mole at all because we did have to do a biopsy. And my results are I am cancer free. So I'm super excited about that. And, I was a little nervous at first. I cried about it a lot, but, me and Jeremy prayed over it. And we just knew that God was going to cover me. And I just didn't want to talk about it at all. I need to call my dad because he was like, call me as soon as you're done. However, remember when I told y'all in the vlog that I brought it up, like I had told my dad about it because I went to his doctor's appointment and I was just like telling my dad and my sister like what was going on with me health wise. Cause I was like, let me just clue them in with this because, like this is my family. And my dad, he was extremely optimistic and he was like, babe, you just got your blood.
Your dad said, babe. Your dad said, babe.
Work done for your life insurance policy and they approved you. So I think you're fine because they were checking you for cancer within your blood. And they don't give, unfortunately, new life insurance policy, especially the one that I got, the size that I got, the amount that I got. They don't give that if you have cancer in your blood. So that's what they're checking. Because I was like, oh, I thought they were checking me for like
You don't have
maybe
cancer in your blood.
HIV or something like that. I don't know. That's just the first thing that came to my mind. And he was like, no, they were checking you for cancer in your blood. So he's like, I'm almost positive once you got approved, blah, 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 like you're good to go. So I really got like real excited during that time, like, okay, well, should probably possibly, because I'd rather be safe than sorry. I'd rather.
And I mean, respect to the RNs, LPNs, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about this situation, okay? Specifically, okay? Period. And punto final, okay? Done. We are speaking in this situation, okay? Please don't message me. Please don't comment down below about nurses. I love nurses, period, okay? Love them.
They know for a fact what's going on with my body, than not know it all. So I'm not going to complain, because this could have been like a point of like just remaining in fear, because actually,
girl, she talks so much about nada, okay? Girl. Oh, Jesus. All right, let's try.
I had in my notes for,
girl, I feel like I want to go run and make my English muffin.
Probably over a year, however often my notes would remind me.
So she had a mole under her nail, or it was on the side of her finger. Okay. No. Like there's very specific blood work for a cancer screening, and then there's the BRCA situation, if they even still do that. There's a couple of very specific cancer screenings, but you know what? She don't know what she's talking about. You know what I'm saying? Girl, she don't know what she's talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my God.
I did, and you were still a little sleepy, so I said I was going to come right back.
Keesha is not acting like a fiance. So your man wanted to go with you to your doctor's appointment, and you scooted out of there.
Or call you when I got there, but it went by fast, because as soon as I got in there, they went over my results really quickly. She said everything came back cancer free.
Okay, good.
I love you. Yes, I thank God, babe. I'm on my way home. I know, babe. It's like 9 minutes away from the house. I'm on my way back because Jory's appointment is at 10, and I need to come back and eat something and then get her hair fixed to take her. And
girl, she is pouring it on thick.
Then we can go to my my listing to take those pictures. So we ain't gonna probably really be able to go until like 11, because I got a Jory's appointment gonna be a while with the doctor. I said Jory's appointment is at 10. So we're probably not gonna be able to go to my listing until like, and well, that one thing, and then we just have some other things that we've been dealing with behind the scenes. It's also not bad as well. Just some things that's been brewing for these last few weeks.
Is she talking about the didn't she do? I thought they said they weren't drinking. So not only did Jeremy get pulled over for under the influence, we'll say it the nice way. Jeremy got pulled over suspectedly under the influence of alcohol, okay? And Keesha was over there doing shots. Are the shots in here? Hold on. Are the shots in this video? Hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick. Because they were doing shots. This little picture, this is giving I drank something. Hold on a second, guys. I thought they weren't drinking. How about, guys, I gave up alcohol. I don't drink anymore. I'm whatever you want to call it, okay? I sip and I don't swallow. I stopped swallowing. I'm not drinking, okay? No, I didn't say that. No, I didn't say that. I'm saying she is drinking. They said they were not drinking, and she's taking shots, and that's fine. She's over 21. It's just she said that she and Jeremy were not drinking, and Jeremy got arrested under the influence, and Keesha is on this trip throwing back shots. That was just my point. That's it. That's it.
Because there's other parties involved. So we've had to like have a few conversations, and it's just a lot. We still have a few more conversations before we discuss it with you guys. But you know,
what, the DUI? Ooh, are they going to tell us about the DUI?
Because there's other parties involved. So we've had to like have a few weeks behind the scenes. It's also not bad as well. Just some things that's been brewing for these last few weeks. Because there's other parties involved. So we've had to like have a few conversations, and it's just a lot. We still have a few more conversations before we discuss it with you guys. But you know, ultimately speaking, like I know that God is real. Like I genuinely know in my heart that God is real, and that even I was watching 2019. It wasn't a recent sermon. I think it was an older one, but I was like, I'm just gonna listen to it.
You know, when I hear, this is just my opinion. Let me just state that first and foremost. I just feel like when I hear people who are like, you know what, guys, God is real. I just knew it at that moment that God was real. That to me is a wishy-washy believer. I don't know, maybe because I grew up in church pretty much my whole life. I do not consider myself any type of a holy roller or anything like that, but I was raised Catholic, and I went into, kind of non-denominational Christian as an adult. But I've always believed in God. I always believed in God. I always believed in Jesus. You know what I mean? Like I've always believed in the whole thing, right? I am a believer. I don't feel the need to, I don't know, maybe there is a calling on certain people to feel like they've got to profess and witness the validity. I don't get it. That's just one of those things. I don't know that, and not to say Catholics don't do it. I've never, I hear it sometimes. I don't know who, I'm not going to put a religious faith to it. All I'm going to say is when I hear people feel like they need to tell people that God is real all the time, I don't like, does that mean are they deflecting that they once upon a time didn't think that was the case? You know what I mean? Like they're just reaffirming their faith. Is it a deflection of the fact that they weren't sure, they didn't know, and because they're just finding it out, they want to share it's weird to me. I just don't get it. I think people that know. That's why it's called believing. That's why it's called faith. It's because it's that you know that you know. Not that you think you know, right? It's very I don't want to say it's disingenuous. Maybe it is disingenuous. It just comes across as not faithful, it doesn't come to me, it just always gives me a question mark. Like, if you believe and you know, why are we saying this? It's wishy-washy. Yeah. It's just interesting to me. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those questions I have in the back of my mind when I hear people talk like that. It just doesn't make sense to me when you are like when you know that you know that you know. Most people that know that they know that they know, you never hear them say anything like this. This is maybe someone who, girl, I'm sure if you understand or get the gist of what I'm saying, you do, because it's weird to me.
And it was a part of that. It was so beautiful. I saved this and I said, I think I'm gonna watch this every 2 weeks, or listen to this sermon every 2 weeks. It was so beautiful. And I was like, and it's so great because I was praying to him and crying out to him moments before watching this sermon. And after God talked to me, he reassured me again through the words of the pastor, because he was speaking so intentional. I feel like he was speaking directly to me about, not thinking that everything that was sent or that comes into your life that's negative is from the devil, and speaking about, the reasons why God does certain things and the reasons why God aligns things in certain ways that you may think are for harm, or you may feel like it's to your detriment, but there's a grander picture that you just don't understand. And to trust into him. And
how about the sermon about the devil has a strong hold in you that you just are not willing to acknowledge? You give the devil more credit than you give God. Hello? On a Thursday morning Bible study, you give the devil more credit than the Almighty. It's just, it can't just be a test for the testimony. It's always some sort of fuckery and foolishness.
And he also spoke about like your enemies. And not that
Girl,
I
all
want to
those
rejoice
baptisms
or be happy or be out here scoping for enemies to be trying to attack me or pray on my downfall or anything like that. But he spoke about, it was a portion about enemies and being under attack by your enemies. Because at the end of the day, when he prepares his table, he needs somebody else to be sitting on the opposite side, not just to boast or brag or say, haha, look here, enemies of what happened, blah, blah, blah. Nothing like that, because everything is of God, and that's not how God moves. It's just so other people can really see the act of God and the will of God. And it's so hard to pray for your enemies and pray for people who are intentionally trying to hurt you. But I'm in this season of my life where that's the option that I'm choosing. I'm no longer living in a place where all the people or all the entities who are really going overtime to try to hurt me, to speak against me, speak against my family, be ill and spiteful, even to my children. Like, I am at a point where I have to still pray to God that they find him, because it's not too late. Like, it's never too late. As long as you still have breath in your body, you have the opportunity to genuinely find God. So when God brings those enemies into my life to try to keep me under attack and this, that, and the third, he's preparing that table because he needs them to please sit on the opposite end and see, when you saw all these things happening to her or him or whomever it is, not just me specifically, but this is for all y'all watching, when your enemies are watching all these things and even if they're single-handedly, like even if somebody comes to your house single-handedly and creates that trauma, like they rob you or they harm you or anything like that, God prepares that table because he needs them to be on the other side to see what the beauty of the aftermath looks like, so that maybe, just maybe, they can find God within it and say, wow, like this is what happened.
Girl,
they
got super fast now. Look at that. You can go fast. Look at that. Look at YouTube. Girl, you can go up to 4 times fast? Really?
There has to be God here. I have to find myself to be better to have that. To have that sense of God in my life. Because who wants to have that sense of God in your life when they see your enemies find the beauty come from ashes? If you don't think that way, it doesn't happen. It's still not God in real. Sometimes also just like God has to feel the Bible. When like, I wish I were, he's like, God has to feel the Bible. He speaks about it often in the Bible. Jesus speaks about it often in the Bible. Those prophecies happen in the field.
Wow. It's super fast. It's supersonic. It's so fast I can't even make it out.
There's already a sense of evilness in them, and that's just how it is. And I can only thank God that he didn't put me here for those things. If I am still saved and I have the opportunity and a chance, it's still a lot deeper, because it's like, okay, just like even Judas when he turned on Jesus.
Look, just because someone is your enemy doesn't necessarily make them a bad person. Just because someone is your enemy does not make them not a believer. Just because someone stands in opposition of you and they think something differently from what you think does not mean that they are a soulless hellraiser. Okay? That is crazy to think that your enemy. So he prepares a table in front of your, so what? So they can see that he's blessing you? Okay, good. If you are someone who cares about putting on a show, everybody doesn't care about having a moment to shine in front of people they don't give a fuck about. Okay? And everybody who might be an enemy, I don't care what my enemy's doing. I don't care what my enemy sees. I don't care where my enemy is. And I don't care for my enemy to see me. Okay? If you are an enemy of mine, you can go on about your business. I don't care about you, and you should not care about me. Period. The fact that is one aspect of the Bible that intrigues you, that gives you hope in the future, that you're going to shine and be blessed in the face of your enemy, baby, please. Okay? Baby, please. You got to be kidding.
It's like he was put here to fulfill that prophecy. Only that sense of evilness was within him to fulfill that prophecy. So it's like, okay, well, if you're looking at your life like, damn, like I do so much evil stuff. Why do I got so much evil in my heart? Like, why am I so bitter towards people? Why am I so jealous towards people? Why am I so angry towards people? Why did my trauma that I endured in my life make me have such a hardened heart where I can't see the good in people?
She's a very strange person. Yeah, that's what you need to be focused on. Why is this hurt and the trauma in your life make you think that people are coming for you? Ain't nobody coming for you, girl. She's very and maybe she's just immature.
On people's downfall. Why do I feel a sense of happiness? Why do I intentionally seek to see see other people hurting? Why do I intentionally find joy in speaking on kids or harming kids? You know, the things that the P words do to minors. Like, why do I feel joy in taking from other people things that don't belong to me?
Why do you sit and waste time with those type of thoughts?
Feel joy and, you know, like gossiping about other people and laughing and, you know, all of those different things. Like, why do I feel such joy? Why do I trick myself into thinking that this is of God? Like, you have to ask yourself, why do I get this sense of relief? Like, I'm not pleased within my life.
Why do you care?
Unless I've done an evil act throughout that day. And the only thing that I can tell you is you have to have a conversation with God.
Girl, if those two start preaching, my God.
God says, come to me as you are. It was not an excuse for you to just come dressed as you wanted to in the church because God sees your heart and knows your heart. That was not what that portion of the Bible meant. It meant come to me as you are in this very moment, with all the evil thoughts you have, with all the adversity you have, with all the doubt you have, the non-belief you have, with all the weariness you have. Come to me as you are. Open your arms up to receive me, and I will be there. So there's an option for everybody in this lifetime to have God in their lives, and it's just a choice if you're going to receive it. And I hope that you guys do, because I'm still, like I said, this journey has not been easy. It's an ongoing process, and you know, it's every day that you have to wake up and intentionally choose. Hey y'all, I'm running out of storage, so I ain't gonna be able to talk too long. But we just made it to Home Depot. We coming in here to get some stuff for our deck, and that's pretty much it, y'all. So just stay tuned. We got some more pastels on Acre content coming soon. We had not took a break, but we just had so much stuff to do. Actually, we're gonna be going home to film a video because we're finally gonna be announcing our exciting news. So stay tuned for that video. By the time you're watching this, the video is already out. So just go ahead over there to Pastels on Acres and check that out. And we are what are we looking for? I forgot. The screen and the
thanks for the floor.
Okay, the floor panels is that way and flooring.
Girl, talk about the DUI, okay? Help somebody who thinks it's a good idea to be out drinking and driving. Because we know that there's plenty of people on these YouTubes that like to have a drink or two and jump behind the wheel. We're not going to say any names, but there are plenty of people on these YouTubes and the internet. Baby, they love to have a cocktail or 20 and jump behind the wheel and tell us how they just made it home.
Get something for the bugs while we're in here. So babe wants a hot tub, and now I'm over here trying to find. I wish I could have found my cord. I guess let's just look when we get back to the house before I spend money getting another one. The little cord that I bought, the 100-foot cord for outdoors. There go flooring. So it's over here in this little area. Okay, y'all, ain't nothing going on up in here. I just want to come and let y'all know. Plus, I'm about to run out of storage. I gotta edit some stuff out. There you go, right there. That's why I said we gotta. I really feel like it's this.
Yeah, there's a color.
Y'all, when I tell y'all got me crying. I'm literally reading my comments, my vlog just went out today when the kids are learning. And it's funny because they haven't learned. No, they did one more day of learning the day after that. And then they had like they had a blast pretty much the rest of the week because they all completed their work. It's just funny. It's funny as hell because I'm reading the comments at the same time. It's a work day today. So I'm like listening to with them at the somebody commented and said, Grandma said, if Johnny my mama's so strict with them. She was never strict with me. But then again, yes, they did. Is Grandma down with you? Because I don't need her to be yelling at you and then getting on me. My mama, like my daddy was the strict one. I literally wish I had a camera in my house when I was learning growing up. Like I wish I had a camera in my house. My dad did not play at all, but it usually was just my brother who used to really get in trouble because me and my sister, to be honest, like we always learning just came naturally to us. And I wasn't a sensitive learner. My sister wasn't a sensitive learner. My brother was a sensitive learner. He whined and cried about everything. Sorry, bro, if you're watching this, which I know he not, but he wouldn't care anyway. But yeah, he used to cry about it. He hated learning. He just didn't like schoolwork. He just like, I'd rather be playing my game. So it's just like, what the he be sitting there, my daddy just became like and my mom was just so lenient. My mom was so lenient, carefree. She would be playing with us. So cussing her out.
What is so damn funny?
Yeah, this is so funny to me. I need to FaceTime my sister. Oh, my sister, my giant
It's
FaceTime my
giving
sister
Mr.
earlier. She heard my
Dose.
mama. I need to FaceTime my damn dad.
It's giving Mr. Dose. I don't know what's going on. Go take your medicine.
Daddy. I said, because my mama, she was the one growing up. Like my daddy was like my mama, and my mom will be playing with us. So it's funny. She in the whole district. Like my daddy will be teaching us, and he'll be stern as hell, like how my mama doing now, and my mom be playing.
Oh, as long as you think it's funny.
She getting on. Somebody in the comments about because when I was editing.
Where's Tia and Tamara?
Having me teach. They're all gonna take a test later on today. Because we need to make sure they all master. Everybody going up. They're all gonna take the village tour. I love it. This is so funny to me. But you know what? I love it. I love it because it takes a village to raise a kid.
So you have that big basement and you can't find a homeschool room down there? There's nowhere to do a homeschool room? You got to go run out to the back of the down there by the creek?
It's funny. It's crap to me. Y'all, when I tell you this is still so funny to me, this is so funny to me. But you know what? I love it. I love it because they're all gonna take a test later on today. Because we need to make sure they all master. Everybody going out pre-K. So pre-K work. I'm being a carpet. Pre-K work. Or not. Oh, this is cool. This is from a company that sent me this. Let me see. Oh, this is perfect timing. This will but they paying me or not. It's for them for learning. Okay, y'all just got finished filming our big exciting, and I don't even feel like I need to edit. I'm about to just let that clip run on through. And that'll be the end of that. But y'all, I gotta go pick up my bridesmaids trays. I have not eaten anything at all, so I'm gonna grab something to eat, probably on that side of town because yeah, definitely on that side of town. And let me go print off. I gotta ship a hair order off. It'd be so cute when y'all be messaging me like, oh my gosh, are you still doing that? And I'm like, oh shoot, where did that? Oh shoot, y'all, I didn't left the damn basket out. I left the basket out here. I totally forgot. We had went and harvested some of this stuff. Oh, we got our cayenne peppers, our basil. So do I gotta prune them? No, it's over with. Oh, we can give it to the chickens. When you get a chance, walk it down there to the chickens. I'll take the rest of the stuff inside. All right.
Girl, peppers grow a lot.
Oh, I'm so sad. We just pruned them. Come on, Draco. Yeah, I'm about to cry. I was like, I'm about to make a nice little basil pesto. I mean, I can go back out to the garden. I got to take some of the plants back, and then take them to Home Depot. But damn.
She would have to be on a list by now of people returning stuff for no good reason.
But literally just pruned it, and those are like the better leaves. Like I got all the best ones. So I just pruned that basil. No, y'all ain't have no. I should see my sneaky. Draco, go into place. He didn't mean to. Asking y'all, I'm trying to watch the DD trial updates, looking at some Instagram reels, and edit a vlog while still going through my email. And now I'm talking to y'all, adding more stuff to the mix. But yeah, so since she can only use that skill in her routine, like
So she's trying to check out Diddy updates. Okay.
Jory got complacent and literally has lost her back walkover, and I am blowed. So I know she still has time off. Why do y'all keep asking me that? We have already went over this several times. Say it with me. I have 3 kids. Say it again. I have 3 kids. I have 3 kids. 2 of which are twins. Like, I had to like make a little comment under my thing, and I hate to have to get nasty, but I'm like, damn, I'm posting pictures looking fine as F, and people are like, oh, she's probably drinking water and not real alcohol. Trust and believe me, I wouldn't do something so stupid and make it like that's crazy. Like, for one, I'm celibate anyway, so there's no possibility. And for 2,
because people are asking, was she pregnant? She's one of these people who's offended by that question.
I have 3 kids. I have diastasis recti. So when I'm eating good, especially when I'm eating good and I'm bloated or I have poop, like my stomach will bulge out. So whatever picture or whatever day, some days it's gonna look flat as I don't know what. Other moments, like I said, if I have to poop or if I just ate so much food. But stop asking that. There's no secrets. We will not be trying. Why would I ever try to sabotage my own wedding? Getting pregnant will be sabotaging my own wedding. I'm trying to look like amazing in my wedding dress. I would never get pregnant because I don't know if I'm gonna end up with, well, one, I don't want to be pregnant walking down the aisle, for one. No, no shade or whatever to anybody who's been pregnant walking down the aisle, but me personally, I want to enjoy it. I 100% want to try the night of my pregnancy, the night of my wedding, to get pregnant with our last child, God willing, if that's what he sees fit for our life. But as of now, I'm not getting pregnant. I'm not even sexually active to get pregnant. I have 3 kids. So that's why I need to get back in the gym so I can stop asking me that. Some things are just kind of unavoidable because, like I said, I have diastasis recti. So when I'm really bloated, it's only but so much I can do. And I don't try to hide anything. I'm not going to go get surgery. I contemplated it once or twice. Jeremy was like, hell no, you're not doing it. Like, there's no chance in hell I'm going to let you do that. Not because he's against, but well, he kind of is because he didn't want me to get my boobs done either. But I was like strong arming him because it wasn't going to, well, I mean, every surgery is a risk, but most of the doctors who gave me a quote or looked at my diastasis recti, almost all of them said it would be too much of a risk and they didn't want to do it. It was only one doctor in Chicago who said that they could definitely do it. And he's going to be homeschooled. Yes, y'all, I've been telling y'all for months now that we had a big family surprise. I'm super excited. It was super positive, and we finally revealed it on Pastels on Acres. And yes, the girls are going to be homeschooled. So when everybody was messaging me a couple of weeks ago when I posted the girls' grades, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you left the teacher's name. Oh my gosh, the student IDs." And some of y'all meant well, and I was just, no, I think I paper told one person, but she always messaged me, so I just feel like, she was okay. But I think I didn't even say they're gonna be homeschooled. I just said they're not going there no more. But yeah, the girls aren't going there anymore. So I was real careless. And that's why when I never posted the official gifted letter.
Y'all, look at my baby. She's sitting back there so cute. Yeah, I had to throw my wig and my head on, y'all. Y'all already know the vibes. You already know the vibes. Anyway, that's the only downfall of wearing these blueless wigs is, baby, when I'm in this house, I'm snatching my wig off. I don't know about you guys. But anyways, the last clip kind of ended abruptly because I had ran out of my storage or whatever. And this was actually days later from the time that I filmed this, because the school that they were attending already knew that they were not going to be returning when we made that decision last year. We formally told their school at the beginning of this year in January, but we were pretty much certain at the end of last semester around November, December. Me and Jeremy had been talking about it. We were seeing how their school year was going. And I've mentioned this a lot on whenever we kind of talk about their school, is most people don't know, how there's typically 4 or 5 teachers per grade level. Unless you have an older age child who went to that school and they had one teacher, and then you have another age child younger that comes in, and you can kind of compare that way. But for us to have twins that go into a,
I think she's upset. Maybe she got into an argument with them because they didn't want to put her kid in the gifted program. I mean, every kid can't, and I don't know in elementary school if that's considered I don't know. Everybody can't be an honor student. Okay. Everybody, wait, hold on. You guys will appreciate this. Girl, everybody can't be an honor student. Okay. It's just, girl, it's just period. All right, it's okay.
The school program at the exact same time and be able to see a vast difference of the curriculum per classroom was a huge red flag for us to begin with. I personally complained.
What's the background noise? I don't know. You think it's the goats are in the house? I don't know. What's the noise?
A lot about that, and it's no secret. The curriculum that Jai's class had was completely different from.
She is butthurt about the kids being separated, maybe because she knows that in education now, if you have, oh yeah, is that Jory sleeping over there? That might be the baby. That's the little baby sleeping. That's little Jory. She's sleeping. Maybe what she is realizing that in current education, if you have twins, they will be separated. I went to school with many twins. Growing up, I had like 3 sets of twins in my grade level. And of course, we went through school together. I ended up leaving and went to Catholic school, but even when I came back my senior year, the twins were separated. Sometimes the twins would find their way back if it was just, you know what I mean? When you get in middle and high school, you're not all in the same class the same every day anymore. But I just remember they separated them. They would keep them separate, period. That's it. That's all. And it was good for us kids because there were a set that were pretty much identical, but their hair patterns, their hair textures were very different. And we could tell because we grew up with them, but maybe other people couldn't. I don't know. But yeah. So I think she doesn't want the kids separated. I think she feels like one of them got a better opportunity than the other, and she is upset because one is in the gifted program and one is not. I don't know.
From the curriculum that Journey had and my baby had.
Well, that's my point. She doesn't want them separated. I don't think she wants them separated. She wants to keep them together. And maybe she thinks that she probably could keep them together at a Montessori school. But even in Montessori, one school classroom type of environment, or maybe a very specific magnet school that might commit to doing that, there's going to be times where the kids are going to be doing things, separate and apart.
Twice as hard with matriculating through kindergarten with her class, but also us trying to ensure that she remained on the same level as Jai is. So we had to like for instance, Journey's class never got a vocabulary word the entire year. They never got a vocabulary test. They never had any of that. So when Jai's class started doing it, at first we were waiting to see like maybe Journey's class will be like starting next week or the week after that, and they never did. So we were like, oh my gosh, we can notice a difference. Like when they were texting, when they were writing, when they were doing, like texting me specifically, like I can notice a difference, and I didn't like that. So we had to start giving Journey all of Jai's vocab words and manually teaching her at home. And we had to then work overtime. You already know I'm a very active parent when it comes to education. So we were already doing work at home, even outside of their like.
Look, I'm going to be honest, and I'm sure, I don't know if people know this or not, but the educators are going to be like, Fran, why are you telling the secret? My sister is a teacher. Okay. And I'm also very friendly with a teacher now. My friend that I go play pickleball with. Okay. This is what happens. Kids get separated into groups. I didn't even realize this because like in the middle school, the kids were separated into 2 groups. And it was interesting that the honor kids in honor society, it was clearly one side of the auditorium was getting more certificates and awards than another. Now, not to say that the other kids did not get them, but they got other certificates and awards. They separate the kids into different learning levels and teams. And it's quite possible, based on the evaluations at the entrance or just the early testing as they're coming in, one went to one class and one went to another. So it wasn't just that they separated them. They could have possibly been in the same class if they were both. This is just a, I'm just saying, they give you a test and they put you where they place you. That's why they're doing all of like that. Is it star testing? Whatever they do. They do all the testing at the beginning of the year. And that's what all of the testing is throughout the year, to make sure that you are adequately placed, okay? And that you are where your learning levels are on par. Okay. Hello. Yes. You may think, oh, she got so and so as a teacher, and then she got so and so as a teacher. There's a reason. There's a reason. Some kids are tracked immediately as this. I'm not going to use words because, girl, there's people out here losing their fucking mind on commentary. There are some kids that are tracked on this, and there are some kids that are tracked for that, and there are there are kids who are tracked for, there's kids tracked for the green team, the blue team, and the purple team. Now, what those teams are, figure it out in your school district. But the kids are separated by skill, potential, maybe even behavior. Baby, the kid, they're not going to tell you this in the office. The guidance counselor's not going to tell, they're not going to tell you, because they're not going to sit there and debate with you on how they do business. But this is a process that has been developed over years and years and decades and all of that stuff. And they know, they've you know how much data these school systems collect on education and what their predictions are about college and all of these things. They know by the 3rd grade, is your kid going to finish? They know by 5th grade, are you going to college? Like, they can tell by your reading scores, by lots of different things. It's very, you would be surprised how scientific it is. And I believe it, because 2 educators that I know and very well trust have told me, and I've seen things play out as a mother. And also, when I'm just going to speak for myself personally, in our middle school experience, Farah really hit her sweet spot of like A's and B's honor roll. And middle school, she hit a stride, and she's been doing so well. And to where now, going into high school, it's a whole different, it's like you get invited to this, you get emails about that, this particular situation. We would love for you to come see our school. People, you get, girl, when your kids start getting certain grades, baby, you start getting different emails. You get emails, this program's going on, there's these 5 high schools that you might want to consider, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? It's all very data driven. So what she doesn't want to understand, she thinks she can probably debate these people. And you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it doesn't mean that your kid's not going to be successful. It doesn't mean that your kid is not smart, but they track your kid based on their evaluations, their grades, and the evaluations can also evaluate potential, willingness to learn. It's better to have your child well placed and excel in their placement rather than put them in a place where they're going to be uncomfortable, not motivated, and not, everybody is different. And period. So I'm gonna just let that sit right there. Okay. um and sometimes you have a particular school that is not I don't want to say sensitive or not. There's just some schools that I don't want to say don't care in a bad way, but they're going to give everybody the same treatment. It's rinse and repeat. You know what I'm saying? It's rinse and repeat, and there's no individualized interactions. You know what I'm saying? It's very robotic. It's not individualized. There are lots of kids that need a more individualized education experience. And sometimes public school ain't it, right? I mean, and you could have a kid that is highly intelligent, super gifted, plays the piano, plays the violin, excellent in sports, can do, but every kid is not for every school is not for every kid, right? And it does not because of their aptitude, it's just different environments.
Like homework, but I noticed that we had to like do overdrive and overtime working with Journey because of the curriculum difference. And
then of course we as parents need to advocate when you know your kid has the potential and needs more time or needs more quiet or needs headphones. um when Look, we all know there, so sometimes, especially in elementary school, you see kids in the classroom, sometimes they have headphones on because they can't stand all that noise, especially during testing. Some kids need headphones, some kids need to be in different part of the classroom. They may need to be in a different learning room because they get super duper distracted. You have to be able to, as a parent, when you've got kids in school, you have to communicate with the teachers and let them know, so they're not just kind of like, oh, so and so is not being compliant, this, that, and the third. You can let them know, hey, my kid needs this, or my kid, this is not working, or this is the feedback that I got. School is definitely like a two-way street. But what I'm getting from this particular set of videos where she is low-key complaining about the school, I think she is mad because one kid got placed in a gifted program and the other one not, and she feels some type of way about it.
and all teachers are able to have like their own lesson plans, but imagine us not having twins at the same time, knowing like there's such a huge difference. And as a parent, you just innocently think. Another thing, like during graduation, like we had been decided by this point, but when our girls went through their graduation, all the parents were chattering, like, and the school that they were at was a really, really good school. So I can only imagine what schools like, which I did talk to other parents, like the cheer mom parents, like about their school experiences or whatever. But at the graduation, we were able to really see like differences between like when Jory did like their pre-K ceremony, like there were two pre-K classes and you were able to see like one pre-K class presented their little thing and another pre-K class, and you can kind of see the difference. It was a big difference with what one body of students was doing versus the other. And some parents were like, well, why my kids weren't doing that? Why my kids weren't doing it? And then like when the kindergarten students were getting their awards, you can tell like which classroom had like the higher level of like principal scholars compared to like just AB scholars. And like,
I mean, when you observe at the school, you start to realize what's really going on, and how if your kid is not in that, if your kid is not in the look, there's just, it's painful. And I think that's why they don't talk about it, because people don't want to know. And it's a lot. I think the schools have to have equity in the classroom, but they're not going to they want to put your kid in the place where they think they're going to thrive and do their best. I'm gonna put it like that. That might not be where people think that their kid needs to be, but according to the evaluations and the numbers, that's where they at. Okay, you know,
all the things were differences education wise when it came to that. So at the beginning of the year, like as school was going on, I kind of was thinking about like homeschool because, I just didn't like that. And I just felt like, I don't want this to continue to go on. I'm not going to lie. I kind of was afraid because I knew, like, as you guys hear me talk about so often, like I'm very hard on the girls when it comes to like education because my dad was hard on me and I don't shy away from that. And I wanted to ensure like the girls were getting the same opportunities that I got because I wasn't gifted from elementary on up. So I was like, I don't want them to be homeschooled because then they're not going to have the opportunity to be gifted and be advanced and things like that. But I was naive and I was not knowledgeable about what homeschool looked like. So I just continued to think about it, keep it in the back of my mind, kind of talk about it a little bit with Jeremy and just like, let's just see how things go on. Because from the very beginning of the year, I had already reached out to all of their teachers, even Jory's, and told them like, hey, my girls need to all be gifted. So y'all need to call me, beat me, page me, text me, email me, whatever you need to do if my child starts to veer off. The difference is Journey's teacher always was like, oh, Journey's top of the class. Journey's doing great. Journey's this, Journey's that. But when the school system administers tests, they're giving one test to all the kids. And when the curriculum that's been taught, it's like surface level, then when they take the test to everybody.
Just like she said, that child is top of their class. And maybe she is top of that class. But when she got put in that class might not be on the same level as that other class. Are you guys following me? There could be 3 or 4 classes. And each class, you could have one class that is one level. You could have 2 classes that are pretty much running in tandem with each other. And then you've got one where maybe they gonna take their time with you. They're gonna take a lot of time. Okay. There could be the class where everybody's pretty much on or at where they're supposed to be. And then you got the kids that are open for additional work. Okay. And that kid, you might have a kid that is excelling in that class, but that doesn't mean that class is it's so obvious. It's so obvious that she didn't, for someone who thinks they know everything, she didn't know this, girl.
Get then, although they
and doesn't she have educator friends?
A high result for the class that they're
Nobody
in
told her
compared to the rest of the kids.
Girl, well, she learned today.
So to get into gifted, you have to
right?
test into the 90th percentile, and Journey had tested into the 88th percentile, which is still great, which is a really good number. And let me be very clear, because someone did comment on Pastas on Acres and asked like, oh, are we homeschooling them because Journey didn't get into gifted? Well, Journey did not get into gifted. Journey was recommended for gifted by her teacher, but based off the curriculum standards at their school, the gifted teacher did not put her on the gifted list, which means she would have to take a test into that. However, we already knew they weren't returning. We then knew they weren't returning. So it was still important for us to get them into gifted because it would be less work for us to get them into gifted into homeschool. By the time we finally decided that they were going to do homeschool, I had already did research and found out that there are gifted programs a part of different homeschools. So we're not doing homeschool where like we teach them. I know a lot of people were asking. So, and I told y'all I was gonna make a video on my own channel to kind of like get into it a little bit more.
Oh, so she's doing she's buying a curriculum or she's doing something online. Okay.
But yeah, so it's not like we're doing like their curriculum. We're still going to do learning and stuff because that's the standard.
ABC Mouse. ABC Mouse, Magnet School, K through 12.
Period. As a parent, I believe I should be involved and invested in their education, but they will have a homeschool teacher. They are a part of a homeschool program. So the final nail that kind of broke the, what is it? Y'all not gonna be knowing the sayings. The
nail that tripped down the nail that tripped off the hill and spaghetti-o
broke the camel's back Is that the scene, y'all? Help me out. Baby.
The string that fell off the desk and spaghetti-o.
So I won't say it wrong no more. Anyways.
And broke Miss Mary Mac's back. Okay, hold on a second. She wants us to see her. She wants us to see her ring. She wants to see her cluster. It's a halo, if you did not know. There's a diamond in the middle, and there looks like there's about 8 diamonds surrounding. Okay. Can you guys see any of you guys who are familiar with the halo? That's not a solid, but
Dear country, celebrated the inauguration of our current president. I went into extreme anxiety, and as a parent, I was having really, really bad breakdowns, dropping the girls off at school.
What happened?
Our dear country celebrated the inauguration of our current president. I went into extreme anxiety, and as a parent,
why does it sound like
I was having really, really bad breakdowns, dropping the girls off at school. The protocol for school systems is not the same protocol when I was growing up. There are so many different dangerous things coming into our school systems. You already know there are so many different rules and regulations for these schools.
Girl, when she hears about the 5th graders in damn Arizona plotting on a little boy, she probably really gonna lose it.
Now, as a lot of you guys know, from the way you have to drop your kid off in the morning to the way you have to pick them up, to the rules and regulations around while they're there, it is like very strict. And they're also in schools where, like at this school, at their particular school, like it's a no phone zone. Like none of the kids from kindergarten to 5th grade can even have a phone.
I love it. I love it. You know why? Because I can't even break my kid of her phone. But that school can. And I love that she has 8 hours a day only on work-related screens. I love it. I love that for her. Okay.
Or an Apple Watch.
They don't need to have an Apple Watch. I pray, I make sure, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just know that I know that I know that I know, and I don't worry. You know what I mean? I don't let fear and anxiety take anything away from me sending my kid out in the world to have a positive experience. Boom. Okay.
And it sends chills down my body to think or wonder, like if something were to happen.
Girl, you could be at the mall. You could be at one of them ratchet ass malls. You could be at the hair store and anything can happen. The schools are very safe. The schools are very safe.
Happen, and I would not be able to have access to my children, or just all these different things. Like if they try to raid the school for whatever reason, if just anything happened. Once he was elected, like y'all know during that time, like I've told y'all, like I can't remember, I came on here and I was telling y'all, venting to y'all, like, y'all, I'm starting to be real anxious. Like I gotta unfollow all these different platforms. It's like so negative. It was super negative to me, and it was so draining.
My God.
And I was just like, I don't want to feel like I don't have access to my children when I drop them off for this long period of time. And then I unfollowed all the social media platforms. Luckily, like I can't text their teachers all day, but we have like these little apps where you can like communicate and see certain things. But the biggest thing for me was prayer. Like as I pulled up to the school, like I prayed probably 10 minutes driving them into the school, walking them into school. There was never dad, I didn't walk them into the school. I prayed while they walked down the halls, and when they left, unless I was like really in a hurry to get back home or I had something to talk to y'all about really quickly, I would always sit outside for like 30 to 45 minutes praying over the building, praying over the safety of everything, everybody, and especially my little ones. I didn't like the way that made me feel. I just felt like I'm sending my kids off every day to an unsafe building with anything can go wrong. I just didn't know. And during this time I fasted and I prayed to God and I talked to God and I started to like think about homeschool. So when I was thinking about the educational aspect and then of course panicking and freaking out about all the anxiety I was enduring, and I was like, there's a much better way that my girls can learn. Like this doesn't have to be the only option. And during my fasting, like I told God, I was like, God, please, like if this is something that can be done, let me know, because I'm a little nervous. I don't want to stifle my girls' ability to thrive and excel and be in the top percentage of their classes, graduating, have relationships, miss out on opportunities. I don't want that to happen to the parent, but there's also real life happening, and I got to make a real adult decision with, of course, their dad about what their life looks like, what our life looks like. I talked to the girls about it. Everyone was completely open to it. I kind of explained how it would work, and my girls are very active with cheerleading, so they're not missing out. Like their closest friendships are through cheerleading. Those are the girls they talk to, and those are the parents who I'm the most comfortable with because I know them personally because I'm with them all the time. So they were okay with it. And after fasting at the beginning of the year, like as soon as it was over, like towards the end of it, I got like a huge sign from God, like that's what he wanted me to do. And I reached out to 2 people who I knew
who were actively homeschooling. One had a daughter in middle school and one in pre-K. I think one in elementary as well. One had a daughter in middle school. She went through the entire elementary, and she had a daughter in middle school that asked to actually be homeschooled because she didn't like physically going to school. And I talked to both of them. They both actually were doing the same homeschool program. So I looked into that program first, and then of course I went down a rabbit hole. I looked up all these other programs, and I was like, wow, look at all these opportunities out here. I saw dual opportunities for homeschool kids. I saw so many different opportunities. And then I saw a homeschool in Georgia that's one of the top homeschool programs that has a gifted track. And the way to get into that is either A, you have a recommendation letter from your school. So when I posted Jaya's yellow paper, I already had got a recommendation letter for the gifted program that I'm talking about from her school for her. So although I didn't post that letter, I didn't feel like I needed to, because why? I knew what I was talking about, but also I was just, Harry Potter, you scared the hell out of me. But yeah, so I was just really, really happy that she got that. And Journey got a recommendation letter from her teacher, but not from the actual gifted advisor. So she doesn't have to take a test.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
So much.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Although I need to get straight A's, I'm perfectly okay with having a child that gets a B.
Girl, she is in here just.
However, I don't.
Girl, I was so caught up. I was like, my Lord. I was like, my God, Jesus. I can't. I was like, where am I? Y'all take me away. Hello.
Ever feel
girl, my brain was
they need to be comfortable
scrambled
with
for a
anything that
minute.
they do. And that's just not with learning. That's what everything that my daughters do. I'm going to push them until I can't push them anymore in a healthy way. Because, there are some parents who are just like berserk and their kids are now stressed and got anxiety doing things. No, we're not doing that, because I'm going to still hug you and love you and pour into you. But simple mistakes are not accepted. Making simple mistakes are definitely not accepted in this house. And,
really
not prioritizing this because it's not fun. It's also not accepted. You got to work for what you want in life. And that's everything. So with that being said, the girls are going to be homeschooled, and I am really comfortable with this decision. It's not permanent. Like hypothetically, if we do homeschool the first month and we're like, wow, we hate this, which I highly doubt, then we're going to put them back in school. But we put them back in the same school, most likely not.
Right now because of him. A lot of my credit repair customers because of him. If Jeremy promotes the out of me, like anything that, because I do a lot of things out here, and Jeremy comes home every day or contacts me throughout his day with somebody, whether it be credit, like, hey, somebody's looking to do this, babe.
We just tried different school, most likely. Halfway throughout, I think actually at the beginning of the year, the girls all got into one of the top charter schools in Georgia, but I didn't want to take them out their school and put them in that school. And then also I was kind of at the point where it was going to be obvious what school they were going to, because that school wears there's everything you wearing got the school letters and logos and this. And I was like, oh, hell no, I got too many trolls. The last thing I need. However, then I also realized no matter what my girls do, no matter what I do, there are people who are looking and gun-ho on trying to know what we're doing.
So, but look, let me tell you something. Why I am not saying take your kids out of whatever you're doing. Do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even talking to her. I'm just saying, in theory, there are plenty of people who take their kids to school every day. They don't show their kids, like maybe they don't show the outfits. Maybe they don't show the uniform, or they have to sit there and do an edit and blur. There are plenty of vlogs where we don't see the kids. If the kids are wearing blazers or the kids are wearing sweatshirts, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm going to just be honest. Like, I think there's ways to film kids to not know what schools they go to. If you want to be careless, you don't want to edit, you want to drag your kids around and show what they're wearing and show where they're dropping. If it's important to you to have your kids at a certain school, if you make a decision to not put your kids in a certain school because of what's going on online, then that school's not important to you. If it's important to you for your kids, and I'm talking in general because I don't know this lady, if it's important for your kids to have a particular education and for you to protect their privacy, you will protect their privacy, and that's it. That's on par.
Doing. Like, I'm pretty sure as soon as the school year starts, somebody's gonna be contacting every gifted program in America saying, hey, I'm the parent of blah blah blah. And that's exactly why I always gotta be playing chess and not checkers and protect my kids in advance. Just like even with their cheer program, like I wasn't gonna hide their cheer uniforms, and because it was gonna be too much. Like I want them to live as normal as possible, with also being responsible with the fact that they have an internet presence, but and educate them. And that's also very important. That brings me to one of the most important, that's equally as important as the safety of them at school, with the country, their education, but also the fact that they're so young and so impressionable. And we need as much time with them to prepare them for what's to come, being that they grew up on the internet. Prepare them and really teach them and take this opportunity to ensure they know pretty much how to maneuver in the school system and be cognizant of different people and persons. Because even Journey, she had a subscriber in her class the first day. The mom came up to me, great, sweet lady, never had an issue with her. She was always pleasant. We always spoke, nothing negative to say. But she could be a troll on the internet. I don't know. Do I think so? No, but I don't know. And there were plenty of people who spoke or, recognized, and people will be respectful and just kind of like keep it cute. But that's not to say that's always going to be the case, because we do know that there are trolls and there are people. And the last thing I need is for my daughters not to be prepared. They're so young right now, and they're still asking questions when people come up to us and speak to us at a, sometimes we go out and no one says a thing. Sometimes we go out and like every 2 minutes, people can't stop speaking. People know them by their name, and we're still working with them and teaching them how to maneuver with that, because we want them to be normal as possible, but they have a presence, and that's okay. That's okay. I'm so happy that we made this decision, because now we can kind of, for the most part, breathe when it comes to that. I don't have to have anxiety worried about, and especially like even the stuff that's going on right now in the news. I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I'm just getting so anxious thinking about if they had to go to school doing all this stuff. Like I would be thinking every day, like what the hell's going on? The opportunities that comes with being a homeschool student. We really looked into that a lot. Like the school that is our number one choice, because I've been in contact with both programs. I think I know which one I'm going to go with, the gifted one, but great program. But it's an excellent program, you guys. I probably won't share it. I got to think about it. To be honest, I just move with prayer now. I kind of just got to pray over things and not just be so quick to whatever. But like I said, I also have to make sure my ducks are in a row before I share anything. So if I ever share anything, if I ever do anything, know my ducks are in a row for that. So when I posted the girls' report card, we already knew that we were done with that chapter.
You know what I'm saying, Mocha Wine? Girl.
But we already knew we were done with that chapter. But the girls' school already had safety plan in place for the girls, because they had put a safety plan in place when they were in pre-K, because remember, somebody contacted the girls pre-K and was doing all this crazy stuff there. So we already had put a safety plan in place at their school with all of the teachers and with the administration and the front.
Girl, my God. I'm just wondering. Girl,
we put a safety plan in place. So now, I don't know what you could really do with a homeschool program. I don't know, but it wouldn't put nothing past me. It just really genuinely wouldn't, because I know people stop at nothing instead of being happy and like commending this bold move in chapter. And if people don't like it, they don't respect it, because I'm not gonna lie. I remember when I was in school and I met a child and they were like, and I was like, oh, what school you went to before you got here? And they were like, oh, I was homeschooled. And I was like, why would you do that? Like, I was like, what? Like, that's boring. Like, why would you do that? Like, I love school growing up. And that's why I made sure to talk to the girls so much about it, because I personally, I would have never wanted to do homeschool. So I wanted to make sure the girls understood. And if, like I said, if they go back sooner than we want them to go back, because right now the plan is for them to continue homeschool all the way through elementary. We're open to when Journey and Jai start 6th grade to start asking, like, are they okay to go back to school? But 100% we want them to go for high school. And if they don't end up, and that's because, even during high school, if you're zoned for a particular school, you can still cheer or do this or be a part of this club and just all those types of things. But I want them to have that experience. And then they can possibly still do a dual enrollment, because they're able to start a dual enrollment in middle school while they're in homeschool program. This homeschool program allows them to do a dual program starting in middle school. And like, I'm just really excited about this for them. But like I said, we talk to them. Jory is like, baby, sign me up.
Right.
Mommy, every day before time.
We hear about the DUI. The DUI. Can we hear about blame it on the alcohol? Can we hear about that?
She was like, am I going to be homeschooled today? Like, am I going to be homeschooled today? Jai is really excited about homeschool, because this just gives them more opportunity for us to not have to be on such a tight, like, we got to answer to the school about certain things. We just have more flexibility.
This is very common with these YouTubers, though. I mean, this is common. There are a lot of people who don't want any oversight into how they handle these churn, and she's one of them. Some people don't want to get up on time. There was a lady, a Caucasian lady that I was watching. She said she's like, I'm not a morning person. My kids aren't morning, and traditional school just was not going to work for us. Okay. Period. And do a search, you guys, if you haven't heard about it. Unschool. The kids who are unschooled. If you guys watch North and South, Megan and Mike, I don't even think, well, they still do have some little kids. Their kids are not all grown, but they have been unschooling, and they have some sort of a curriculum, I guess, that the kids teach themselves. That's number one. The kids teach themselves. And if you decide you want to do video games, you're going to learn, I guess, engineering and math and coding and whatever. You're going to develop around your interests. And they are unschooled. But these kids seem to be bright. I mean, I don't know if they know how to do everything, but these kids, they read, they do whatever. I'm not recommending unschool, but read about a girl. And some of these YouTubers, they pull their kids out of school simply because they can't get up. They can't wake up. The kids can't wake up. And why can't the kids wake up? Because they're probably not on an adequate schedule. Let me tell you, scheduling is key. These kids need to go to sleep at 9:30. Farrah's been going to sleep at 9:30 for a long time. When she got into middle school, she got promoted to 9:30. Next year, I'm gonna give her, she can probably get 9:45, 10 o'clock. But considering high school, you got to get to school an hour earlier than she's been used to. She started school, she was at 9:15. Middle school has been 8:15, right? High school is 7:15. Okay. 7:15. 7:15 to 2. Is it 2:15? Yeah, 7:15 to 2:15. Okay. It's 10 o'clock at the latest. But I still think 9:30 is good, because if you got to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning, you can stay up all night on the weekend if you want to. But 9:30, so you can get adequate rest. You lay down at 9:30, you're not asleep until 10. 10 to 5 is 7 hours of sleep. I don't even think that's enough for a teenager, but these kids, these people who want to keep their kids out of school, it's reasons. Okay. It's reasons. When I was in high school, I used to have to be at school at 7:20. 7:20, and I went to school. Any of you guys in New Jersey, I lived in Englewood, and I went to Paramus Catholic, and I used to be at the bus stop, I think at like 6:20, 6:30 in the morning on the bus, going all the way out to Paramus, which really Paramus wasn't that far, but I wasn't going to my neighborhood school.
More control of our own freedoms, and especially right now, we don't know what's going on. Like, by the time it's time for them to go back to school, hopefully the world, especially America specifically, will have, started to get itself back together. Because right now, I don't know what the heck to think. Journey, she just was like, oh, I'm gonna miss my friends. Y'all know she's the most friendly one out of all of them. So she's like, oh, I'm gonna miss my friends. For the most 99.9% of the time, she kept saying like, yeah, of course I want to do homeschool. And 1% she'll be like, no, I don't want to do homeschool. I'm gonna miss my friends too much. But by the last day of school, I asked her again. I was like, well, baby, how you feel about doing homeschool? And she was like, yeah, she want to do homeschool. So like I said, we're gonna try it. We're gonna go full in. The tiny home, they end up asking, oh, could the tiny home be our school? And we're like, yeah. So we're going to set up a little school thing. Homeschool, the way this program works is,
if you're sitting, okay, I want to hear about this, but listen, this lady does real estate. What'd she say she does? Hold on. Do I have that video over here? She does hair. She does this. Listen, she does all these things, and you're going to be down in the tiny house all day?
Right now, because of him. A lot of my credit repair customers, because of him. If Jeremy promotes the out of me, like anything that, because I do a lot of things, I feel here, and Jeremy comes home every day or contacts me throughout his day with somebody, whether it be credit, like, hey, somebody's looking to do this, babe, I talked to them about you, blah, blah. Like, when we close the deal, y'all see the closing video, but just still, the point is, he really, really, really values me, and kudos for doing what you're supposed to do. Like, I'm a mom, I don't get kudos for it. He's a dad, but just like to just do it without any question, just because he's just so me and wants me to win. So whichever room he's in, every room that he's in, since I've gotten my real estate license, he's this very moment. Just the fact of the matter is, I know this is a client. The goal is, so we set up a plan and we get to that goal. Anyways, y'all, let me go ahead into this condo. We're doing condo, y'all. Look at me.
Okay.
It's like I said, a lot of people don't know about homeschool. So I know this is already a 23-minute clip, so I won't keep talking to y'all, but give me 2 more minutes and then we'll talk about homeschool a little bit later. Because to be honest, I don't want to talk about it no more. But because I know people gonna have questions like, oh, do they sit at the desk all day, or does this or does that? There's so many different options.
How are you going to be in the tiny house in the back of the backyard when you got all these things going on? What?
Maybe I should go live and maybe ask other parents who do homeschool that they want to talk about it. Because there's, I mean, and some people have reached out to me. Some people are there.
Girl, she's gonna do a town hall homeschool meeting. Are you kidding? Ew. I wouldn't share my homeschool journey with her at all.
Kids teachers, and that is great. I personally couldn't be their dedicated teacher because I work too much. It's just impossible. Like there's just no way I could be a dedicated teacher, and as much as I'm working and I'm busy, no. So we need a professional teacher to teach them, and then we'll pick up with anything extra. But I'll do another video. They will be able to homeschool from wherever. We can go on a family vacation in New York and they'll still be able to do homeschool. They're not confined to any.
Girl, they're going to be on Khan Academy, or she's going to have them on, what is that, K through 12 something.com. Girl, she's going to have them on one of these. They're going to be on the computer all day.
Time restrictions or this and the third. They just have their curriculum and they'll have a teacher to advise and be the overhead. But anyways, you guys, I just want to come back and let you guys know the main reasons why we decided to homeschool. Hopefully this clears stuff up because like I said in the tiny home video on Pasos on Acres, I woke up and I was completely confused while people were like laughing or thinking like it was a joke about homeschool. I was like, who laughs about stuff like that? That's so immature and ignorant to me. And yeah, so with that being said,
and yeah,
hopefully our journey can educate you guys or enlighten you guys and give you guys also, we're not trying to, this is the thing also before we go, how I raise my kids, the choices I make for my kids, anything I do for my kids, I'm not trying to put my beliefs on y'all. So the only thing I ask is if you don't know something or you're not understanding about the people and the decisions they make for their kids, as long as somebody's not trying to detour you of how to be a parent or convince you that this way is the best way and you're not a good parent if you're not doing it this way, we're good. If you think that homeschool is a whack idea and you would never do this for your kid and you have your reasons as to why, your reasons could be very well valid for you and that is okay. We should be able to exist or coexist in a society where people are allowed, like we're not in a black and white system. We're not in a communist economy where there's a benevolent dictatorship telling us how and what and when and where about every little thing. It seems like we're moving into something interesting, but we all have.
Girl, it's giving. Did you take your medicine today?
Our own infinite amount of legal freedoms to raise and make choices. And we also have a duty to respect others' choices and decisions. So if you don't agree with homeschool, that is okay. I'm not telling anyone who's watching this, y'all better homeschool y'all kids. I know best. I'm not at all, because I don't care what anybody does with their kids. My cheer friend moms, not one time have I said, oh, y'all better get on board and do what I'm doing. Nope, nobody, because I care less. I really could care less. Like, however you raise your kid, we all got the same goal. It's for our kids to be educated. Well, no, my number one goal is for my kids to be God-fearing, good-hearted people with a moral compass and, values instilled in them and just be good people at their core. That's my number one priority for them. And after that, I need them to be well-rounded individuals who have had opportunities. And who knows, like after we get married and we're done, like saving all of our money up, we may go and do we may go live abroad for like 2 months. Like me and Jeremy have thought about so many different things. And these are great opportunities. We just may do a lot of different things that we talked about. That's going to work for our family. But I'm not on here saying, y'all, be me, do me. I'm the best mama. I make the best decisions. Y'all should be doing this and get on board. I'm not doing that. So I'm just asking y'all respectfully to respect that. I'm just sharing with y'all what I've already decided to do. That's it, period. So if there's questions, then I'm more than happy to answer. But just like I said, you can ask them in this video if there's any questions directly related to this. But we are going to, or more me specifically, probably will get a little bit more into detail as the school year kind of approaches, because we will do like reels and like little videos. Of course, I'll still be vlogging and share like what's going on, like the setup. I am like going to order more school materials and stuff like that. So I'll share what that whole process looks
Girl,
like.
it's content. I think when we first heard this, girl, homeschooling for content.
So people can just,
hey Bailey, hey boo.
And that's it, y'all. That's all. I love y'all.
It's homeschool content.
And once again, I appreciate you guys. If I don't say it enough, I genuinely appreciate you guys. I have had so many conversations today that I don't even know, like, I'm just like, I've had so many people reaching out to me to pour into me, and I'm receiving it and letting my cup fill up with all of that love. And I'm just receiving all of the well wishes and positivity, like, because it just means so much to me. And yeah, I know this kind of like sidebar, but I just want to throw that out there just in case any of those people were watching right now. But let me go ahead and go, y'all. It's been 30 minutes. I will see y'all later.
Baby, my Lord. My Lord. My God. Jesus. Oh, God. I don't even know what to say, guys. My head hurts and I want to eat some food. I won't. I've been thinking about an English muffin all morning, or my wassa cracker with my nice big wassa cracker with some cream cheese on it and some cucumbers. Yeah, girl, what? What? Okay. Anyway, guys, this was fun. This was enlightening. Slide the bar back if you're just coming in. Um, thank you. Lunatic on the loose. Okay. Period. Just a mess, right, Arlene? Hey, Arlene Boo. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, guys. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe. Let me see. Not one new subscriber. Oh, Dolce Delicious. Thank you, Boo. Thank you. Thank you, sis. That was very sweet. Okay, look at that. Look at Bougie Gang. Thank you, sis. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Bougie Gang. Okay. Thank you so much for supporting. Okay. Guys, I'm going to go. If you guys have not seen, I went live earlier. If you guys are looking for a update on what happened with Portia and Simon, did you see Simon's interview? Hold on a second. Let me find it. We talked about it early this morning, and let me drop the link. If you have not seen it yet, go and check me out. Check me out over here. Let me drop it. Here you go. Okay. If you have not checked out the video yet, we did go live. We talked about Portia and Simon. You know, Simon got deported back to Nigeria. He talked about Portia. He said that Portia tricked him. And baby, he is not happy with Miss Ma'am right now. And all of the things. So go catch it. That's it. That's all. I will be live on. Let me tell you guys what happened real quick. I didn't even talk about it yet this morning, but we had a power outage last night. If you're in the Carolinas, well, if you're in the Charlotte area, you would know this. At least on my side of town, baby. Oh my God, it was awful. Erica, my God. Thank you, boo. Thank you for supporting. Thank you, honey. I appreciate you so much. We had a power outage from like, I don't know, I think everything went out around 9 or 9:15. Thank God everything was charging, but it did teach me. So we do have a generator, but at 9:15, 9:30, like we'd already eaten. It really was getting close to bedtime because my husband's normally asleep by 9:30, 10 o'clock. Like 9:30, he's usually already asleep. But we stayed up last night. We were in on the couch in the living room. And we had some battery operated lights. But the whole neighborhood was dark, and I didn't even ask for the generator to go on. So it wasn't even worth it because we were getting ready to go to bed. Everything came back on around like 11:30 midnight. Hey boo. But yeah, we lost power last night. So it was interesting. I felt like the most thing for me is that I felt like I was starting to get hot, and then it was super dark outside, and then the dogs of course want to go out in the pitch black as soon as it stops raining, and it just looks real creepy out there. But I had gotten some those headlight things, like those lamps that you put on it's got a rubber band on it, and it's a headlight. So maybe people who go hiking or camping, it's a light that you can have on your person, and it's like bright, it's broad, it goes red, it can flash. It's like a camping light for you. And so I had bought a set for all of us. My husband got his own with like a camping knife and some other stuff. And then me and Farrah got them. And I thought maybe we would use them to walk the dogs at night. Like if we were to go out, it's dark. And then we have our lights. Our neighborhood's not super dark. But anyway, we had our lights. It was fine. But we were just sitting there. And it was just like, I hate not having electricity. Like it was awful. It was the main awful part was no air. But luckily we have 2 fans, like 2 Craftsman shop fans, and my husband had the batteries already full, so we had a couple of fans going. But yeah, last night we lost power. It was awful. So, oh, you've got the camping lights too, Francine? I see. Let's see. I saw Fran. Oh, Arlene, so you got the camping lights too. Yeah, those are good. Those are very, very, very good. Love them. Duke is doing. Oh, is that what that is? I mean, there was like an electrical storm. Like it was thundering last night. So it was thundering and lightning. So I don't know, but we were in the dark for I don't even know. But it's funny. Let me just say this. When I got Spectrum sends out a text to let you know that your internet's not working, right? So they sent, what did it say? It said something like a outage in your area. And where was the Spectrum? Girl. It said Spectrum service alert. Spectrum service in and around your area is being disrupted by a power outage. You will receive an update at 11:30. I think our power came back on somewhere. It might not have been 11:30, but it was somewhere between 11:30 and midnight. It's so funny how they can predict. So what you're saying, the rolling blackouts, that's interesting that they could almost pinpoint when the power was coming back on, because they sure did text that it would be 11:30ish, and it was 11:30ish. It was definitely giving 11:30ish. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna let y'all go. You guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys later.
Took everything, ain't nothing left. Count your blessings, count your stuff. At your throat like we that strap. It's way too cold under the flesh.